Hey guys, and welcome back to the last video of our Frog in Python tutorial series. Today we'll be actually creating the game winning mechanic where if the frog will will reach his house, which we already have over here, then the frog wins the game. It will be very simple. So let's just get started and code this out. Again, we'll be make using of classes, so just in case if you would want to extend on this game, you will be able to do that. So that's why making the house class. So we just say class house, then we just say define underscore init underscore self. Again, we will have the x and the y coordinate. Self dot x equals x, self dot y equals y, and then you will have define draw. Oops. We will have a draw function which will again take in the self and the surface. And again, this is just what we had done in the previous video. So pygame dot image dot load. And which image do we want? Well, we want the house dot png, right? Let me actually just shut my Google Chrome right now. Alright. So we want the house dot png, and then we can just go surface dot blit, and we want the image that we had loaded in up top, add the self dot x and the self dot y coordinates. Alright, so now the house won't have a lot of methods. It will have one last method, def is win. So it will have self, and it will have player x. I think I'll go with underscores. I think underscore will be a bit better. Player x, player y, house x, house underscore y, and that will be just the same collision logic that we have done over here in our cars. So I'll simply just copy that and paste it here, and instead of car x you will have house x, and instead of car y you will have house y. So we'll copy those terms. Alright, there we go. So now all we need to do is we just need to make the house objects and just call in the collision logic, and then we will be done with our game. So as you can see, this wasn't some very small game because it took us some lines of code to get this thing done. So here I will just go down and just go making the house objects. So I'll just go house is equals to house, and I will place it kind of at the top. So I will place it at width. So the top of the width will be 0. So I'll place it at width, and I think I'm going to place it at 50 every day. So I'll just go width plus actually I think I'm gonna go width plus 50 only, and I am sorry, it will be height plus 50. So height plus 50 is always there, and it will be width over 2. I think that will be the way we want to go with it. And then all we need to do is we will just go down over here where we have drawn all of our things and moved everything, and we can simply just go down here and we can just go house dot draw, draw, which was our function, and then we can just pass in screen, which was a parameter of the function. So you should see now that we should have a house that will be drawn. So if I just run the game again, okay, apparently there is no house. Okay, maybe I will just position it somewhere in the between just to see if we have made any mistake. 400 by 400. Let's see. Okay, I think we have just messed up the coordinates a bit. So the top will be 0. So I want it at height plus 80, and let's see if this works. The reason is because the house will be 64 by 64, right? So I'm going to position it at 80. So okay, height is not defined. Why is not height defined? Edge. Okay, I think I messed up the yeah. Alright, so now I think this should work. We should have it at okay. Apparently I think we won't be able to access it, so I'm just going to hard code the placement. So it will be placed at 80 and actually it will be placed at, which was the first parameter that we passed in. Okay, it was self dot x. So the x position will be in the between of the screen. So what was the middle of the screen? So the width is 600, so this will be 300, but I think we'll have to go with 230, but I think I will see. First of all, 300 by the height will again be 80. I think this should work. I'm just gonna hope that it works. Python 3 main.p by, and there we go, we have a house. Okay, but as you can see, the car kind of passes through the house, so it is kind of impossible right now. So I'm just going to place it at 60. Actually, not 60, 50. Like if we have to, then I can also increase the height of the screen. Like I did not have some very good placements of my cars, so that was one problem that I am facing. So as you can see now, currently, if I, let's see if the collisions are still working just once. Okay, the collision is still working. So now what we want to do is, if we collide with the house, then we want that it prints out that uh yeah, you won the game. Very good. So I'm just gonna go here, condition for winning the game. So I just go game win collision is equals to, what was it, house dot, and we simply will use the method that we had already created for the house, which was isWin. And I think I'm just going to copy this whole line. We will just get rid of some of the things that we don't need. I think this will just become a bit more easier for us. So what we will do is we will get rid of this, and instead of this it will become player.x, and it will be player.y, and instead of just like this, we just need to make it dot instead of the underscore. So we just do that, and now all we need to do is just go, if there is a game in collision, what do I want to do? I want to print out you won exclamation mark, and I will break out of the loop, and I just want to go time dot sleep 0.05. I think if I hope that this works out. Okay, now winning this will be pretty easy. Come on. Alright, there we go. It says you won and this exclamation mark. So now let's try and print out some colored text to the screen. I think that will be a bit more cool. So I'll import this library called Colorama. I think this is the correct spelling. I'm just going to run this game again, see if it works. The import works. Alright, there we go. Okay, that's working. Alright, so now what I want to do is print out the colored text to the screen. So I'm just going to search up on Google how to print colored text to the screen with Colorama. How to print colored text to the terminal with Colorama. I think there will be Colorama module cross tab. Alright, so let's just look it up. I'm just gonna copy paste the code. Print 4.red, some text in red, print back.green, style.dim. Okay, 4.red, some text. Okay, so I'm just going to take this thing. For the 4.green, I will just take this, go up to my Sublime and go down. So here when we are just printed u1, I'll just do this and u1, and over here also I will just, let me just try to see if this works. I think we'll have to go back dot green instead of 4 dot green, but I'll see. Alright, let's try to win this now. Come on. Okay, back is not defined. I think I'll need to import some stuff here and there from it. Okay, I think we need to do that also. So I'm just gonna head on over here. Like, this is just for some styles. You don't need to do this. I'm just doing this because I like to do it and it looks pretty good. But this thing is completely up to you. You obviously aren't changing any game functionality. You are just making the game look good. And there you go. It says U1 in this green colored text. Now you could also print it out in like a faux green color text, but I think this one looks a bit better. So now what I'm gonna do here is simply take this thing, paste it here, and instead of green I'll have it red, and I'll have it to print game over, comma, you lose. I think I'm just gonna print it out in caps, you lose, and I'll just get rid of all of this, copy that, and simply paste all of it here. Oops. Okay, that's, I by mistake clicked on command C instead of command V. Alright, now that we have done this, I think we have checked for all of them. Alright, I think this is pretty good. Let's run this again. Alright, let's try getting hit. There we go, we get game over, you lose. Awesome. So our game winning is working, our game losing is working, and everything is working perfectly. So yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. This was a pretty quick video, as you could see. It was not as long as my other Frogger videos. The reason being, well, we just had to implement this one functionality which was not that difficult to do in any means, but it was pretty fun. It was a very cool project. All of this code will be available on GitHub along with the assets. I already have the assets uploaded. I just need to put in all of this code that we have written, and I will also have the link. I will also have it linked in the description of this video, so you guys can just go over there, click, and you will be able to get all of the code. If you But I would highly encourage you to actually write all of this by yourself. I know it's quite a bit of code, but it's something that I think you should do, and this will like teach you a lot about classes and objects, because we have written quite a few classes over here. As you could see, we have quite a few classes. Like, a lot of our code is separated into classes and objects, which is certainly a very good practice when you are programming. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun making this series. I hadn't made a game in a while on this channel, so this was really fun. That's it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if I should make a few more games. I surely will take it into account.